Welcome everyone, it's Favorite Jacomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. At least it didn't bug out, but it didn't get a lot more battles done than I thought it was going to. But yeah. Alright. Man, I tried to. They got to 510k. Dear Lord. Good thing I did not stay up for that. Good thing. Dear Lord. Oh God. Oh man. Wow. Yep. Well, that was pain. Okay, at least that's over. I mean, and we also have, you know, Kale here. Frocking the Fat on one of these accounts. Not this account. This account doesn't have Frocking the Fat. It has other stuff. A lot of other stuff. Like Vrask. I gotta log in on everything else, man. Well, that was unfortunate, but that's how the cookie crumbles. I can't help it. Sometimes I literally... Enemy clan's OP. Enemy clan is OP. That's how it is. I don't have any shards left. I'm not doing any double up summons. It's over. Me summoning shit is over. I mean, thankfully, the Ice Golem run managed some runs. I failed to get any legendary champions, so there was that as well. Lot of good epics, though. Yep. But yep, that's how it ends. That's literally how it ends. I wanted Yep. Let's get this tag. Too bad. Have no shards. Well, the free legendary will happen regardless, because I don't do AFKs. Yep. Let's see. It's a force champ. Okay, let's see if we can eke out some more stuff. Alright, I'm gonna lock. Wait a sec. Increase champion's level. Okay, first things first. Gotta help out my lizard compadres. I gotta find out some gear for this guy. Champions level 3 times. No, you know who that usually is, right? The people lower down the food chain. And yes, there is a food chain. Before you're like, Vabersmith, there's not a food chain. There is a food chain. There is most definitely a food chain. Now, that I'm doing because I only managed 1 6-star for this account during the tournament. And I still need Vrask and to be 6-star as well to use them. So, I am also going to try Kale I built a while back to 60. Jareg. $34. And needs because yeah, I've got to focus them down. Jareg's story continues through the campaign. The double Kales. It continues. Woo. Go through 6-5. Fighting the Melvs. But Jareg has his own purpose. He looks like a Fushan, honestly. He looks like a budget Fushan. Like a Fushan, like a non-legendary Fushan. I mean, it's a speed boot, but I can get better speed boots. And at this point, you need it. Huh. Trying to get him closer to where he needs to be. Through the orc landscape of Vrasks. It is hilarious that I have a dupe Kale. We need to get through at least a couple regions more. Well, maybe not a couple regions, but do this region. I mean, the Bommel rotation's coming soon as well. So there is that. Orc. But I still have an orc to build. So actually multiple. I never... Get that one shot. Keep going through with the war chanters and choppers. At least those are what I think they are. I still think Jareg has a lot of use for me. Because he's able to get continuous heal up when other champs can't. On top of that, he has that continuous heal. Well, he also has like Ally Protect, which synergizes with other Ally Protect champs. And on top of that, one of his biggest abilities is the attack down for Clan Boss. On top of being durable. And he's like a savior for the Lizardmen. Kale's getting some levels. Other Kale. The other Kale. Hopefully, I can get him to where I need him. Just got to continue on. Fight good old Biggin. Let's do 3 of these. Make sure I get the mission done. Fight good old Bad Okazar. The champ the game never gave me. The champ the game has never given me. Because the thing is, I'm not using Jareg without levels is the problem. He needs levels, he needs help. And this is where he's going to get it from. I'm thinking about think. Where else could I use Jarek besides Doom Tower? Like, there's a lot of different places where I could use him. I know he's not excessively useful for the next rotation, but not many champs are. I have some, but not many. Vrask is probably one of them. Because you gotta remember, when it comes to Vrask, like, you have to have someone with no buffs that doesn't bring buffs to the table. Like, you could probably do Jareg, but I don't know. Maybe the real issue isn't just Jareg has that heal, because he only activates it if someone crits. The real issue with Jareg is he's a bad affinity. He is a bad affinity to Bommel. That's the real issue. You want Spirit or Force. But I think we can get around that regardless. I mean, he just has to either not use the Ally Protect or be high resist for the whole team. I know Paragon is useful versus that. And I know Demetha is useful. So those are Paragon, Demetha, and Vogoth. And Vrask. Those are our, and Templar. Those are our Bommel specialists. I'm thinking Paragon would be better. That's what I'm thinking. Because there's 0 chance that Paragon is going to wipe versus Bommel, unless his resistance isn't high enough. And I think the main thing with Demetha is to get a resist high enough that our block damage is not removed. Because that would be very tragic. I do know that Bommel can work regardless. I knew, though, the Vrask can work regardless, but Vrask is very niche compared to Jareg, so there is that problem as well. One thing that I like journeying through the campaign, because the campaign is where we start the game, to be honest. That is where this game begins, in campaign. I'm not doing normal campaign, but that's where the game starts you. In campaign. Where the game begins in this mode. Now, I don't bother doing anything below brutal, because I don't need it. bit of a predicament. I'm not sure which one of these people I can fight, but we're going to give this one a go. We're going to go straight for him, because I don't need him. Because the problem with him is if I let him live, he will mess me up. And not in a subtle manner. He will mess me up in a very, very obvious manner, that Gorgorab. This is actually going to be down to the wire, kinda. Not comfortable for me, but that's... It doesn't always go that way. I'll take it, though. Yeah, I'll take it. It is a pity that is quick. Because the problem is... I don't see me gaining control over the situation, and he's Void Affinity, so he doesn't care that I'm Force. I'm gonna go straight into the nuke. I'm not gonna bother. The main thing here is to get these guys under control. Purge it. There we go. This is a nightmare. There's no point. They got two really powerful Void Legendaries, and I'm almost assured that she'll go first. There's no way. This is Seer. This is more annoying than it looks. I mean, I could give it a go, but it's more annoying than it looks. This looks doable, but it depends on how... Why did I even say that? Yeah, we're not winning this from there. We're not. We're not winning that. This looks doable, but their player power suggests it's optimized. Yep. And regardless what I do from here on out, we're kind of screwed. Because their speeds are going to be too high for me to get anywhere, really. That's the thing. We can try this. I don't know if it'll do anything, but we can try. Ah, good. We can actually do something here. Oh, perfect. Okay, we got a lucky break there. We need these, by the way. I know you're like, why are you doing arena with the high level things? Because I need the points. That's the problem. I need points. If I don't get points, we are in trouble. I'll be doing that later, but I gotta do Clan Boss. We're already at 35. Like, Already at 35 minutes in. I'm gonna make a little bit of a different team. I mean, I'm building up my Kale back here. He's not geared, so there's no point in putting him in. How is our Taragi Masteries situation? I mean, he's close. But I'm going to have to run him through the Minotaur again. Yep, that's a bit unfortunate. Actually, Syl has some War Master. I know she's not that good for this fight, but I actually want to give that a go. Just for the hell of it. I know she's not great in this fight. But she's a reviver. And I can use her as a pairing for fun. And see what happens. I mean, she even has War Master. That's the crazy thing. She actually has the magical mastery. She's one of the chosen to have it, along with Drex, along with Kale, and Vergus. Like, her job is the revive. She's not the, revive plus passive heal. And then we got Demetha over here doing heals and block damage. And then we've got Vergus doing ally protect. So it kind of makes it so that nobody really gets low. Because her job isn't even healing in this team. She does it, but her job isn't healing. Her job is reviving, but also topping up the others' heals. She doesn't have to heal. The heal doesn't have to scale that hard. You know? The heal doesn't have to scale. And that might allow us to last longer. At least for now, until I get more War Master on more champs. I am planning on putting War Master on Taragi. I just have to have him simmer in the Minotaur some more. So then we could have him. Another one that needs to simmer in the Minotaur is Jarig, because Jarig could be great with War Master as well. And Demetha. Demetha needs some time in the Minotaur. See, this makes it so that with all this healing and passive healing, it's very unlikely that we'll wipe early and we'll be able to proc a lot of these War Master procs. So it'll keep us topped up well into the fight. See? And that might be useful to extend the fight and keep the War Master procs and the poison ticking down. You see, although she tops people up, that's not her primary purpose. She does both the damage and she supplements the others' heal while doing War Master procs. Because she is the only reviver I own that actually has War Master. Because it's the only reviver I respected enough early on to give it. Because this account was reviverless for a very long time until Syl practically. The only reviver I had on here other than Syl was freaking Shaman. And you know that I was not going to max Shaman. You know that. Right? You know that. The only person on here that does not have War Master, actually, or Giant Slayer, is the Demetha, which I will be fixing soon. I just have to run her through the gauntlet like the rest of them. Because, you see, there is a problem, though. There's a reason that I want Taragi over Vergus. Taragi and some other champs. Because Taragi and Jerrig specifically, because they have attack down. And attack down allows you to fight this boss a lot longer than you normally would. And that's big. Because often, when it comes to clan boss, you want to fight him for a long time for the most damage you can. That's the general consensus with that. Because see, the problem with clan boss is that he eventually gets to this point whereby he starts one-shotting things. Now, while Syl's revive does come clutch with this, it gets to a point where the revive is not useful. So, that ultimately presents a ceiling. Now, I could put Painkeeper in here. But now I'm presented with a choice. And unfortunately, I'm going to be picking Demetha. Why? And I also have to gear Demetha better. Why? Because Demetha is going to put up the block damage. And that's the only way that they're going to survive. And he's going to continue to put up procs. Because there will come a time shortly in the future where stuff will start to get one-shot. That's the effect. 12 mil on hard. Not bad. And I'm going to go with 10-2 logging it on the other accounts. I mean, I could do better on hard, but again, it requires more masteries, a speed setup, maybe a pain keeper. It requires some more stuff. Attack down. That's what it requires, right? Okay, I have that logged in, so that means... Ooh, I need to beat some campaign bosses. Where are we at with the... Okay, yeah, we need to beat some campaign bosses. Who am I going to put in here? Probably Vrask. Because... Vrask needs help. Coffin Smasher. These are all big Doom Tower stuff. The reason I didn't max Beauregard is because I felt like he was too inaccessible. Like, I'll probably be using him instead of Jerrig for now until I find a Jerrig on this account. And the reason for it is that my resistance is not very high. And my shielding and healing. So he could put the resistance aura on my team. I know that's a little cheap, but just bear with me. It's probably what I need to beat Aragoth, if I want to be perfectly honest with you. Because I don't have Jerrig on this account, so I have to make do with what I've got. And Beauregard might just be the ticket that I need. That's the deal. Now, I do like these lizards, although I don't want to build them out on my team necessarily, because most of them that you see in this sewer are actually not very good. I'm pretty sure Vrask and Coffin Smasher could duo the Eternal Dragon. I am pretty sure. Because Vrask would do heals, Coffin Smasher would do the decrease attack, and then if we need the trio, which I'm pretty sure we do, Beauregard later might be instrumental. Although I can use Sanguinia in the interim until I can get Beauregard in the right phase of the moon. Because unfortunately, Beauregard is the only one of those that I mentioned that is not 6-star. And that is very unfortunate for him because I don't see him at level 50, although I can try it. I don't see him at level 50 dealing with high-level Griffin. He's going to get mauled, especially since he's Force Affinity, and the Griffin currently is Spirit Affinity. Unless it's a Magic Affinity Griffin, then maybe. But at level 50, he really is going to struggle. He's really going to struggle versus that. Because the higher content you go, the more you can't avoid 6-starring a champ. That's the bitter part of the 6-star system. Is that the higher you go in the order of Because the thing is, the story of these towers and stuff does not end here. Especially with this account. Because these champions are still going to do a lot for me later on in the game. Like, Farrakhan eventually is going to be an arena blender champ to try to deal with tanky teams. And he's there because I can use him in like a blender with like, if I want to like swap out one of my damage dealers for a healer or reviver, and I can do that, I can swap him in, and he'll also be useful versus Spirit Affinity because he's tanky, unlike... The problem with Cleopteryx is she's not that... She does damage, but she's too squishy for some Spirit Affinity teams. Farrakhan isn't that way. He's tanky. Anyway, Coffin Smasher, the second one, is about to reach 60, so make some noise! He's about to get 60, guys, and that's going to be great. Because then that's going to open up a whole bunch of stuff for him. That's going to open a whole bunch of content for him. Mostly Doom Tower and Clan Boss related, because I don't see him being, like, I guess? But for Arena, you need more damage. I mean, I guess you could in a defense-based team, I suppose. But I'd need to work on some of his stats. But we got him to 60. Let's do it. Let's go. I mean, Tyrell's useful, but who do I really need to level? Oh, I know. The next generation. The next generation speed lead. Check it out. It's Gorgorab. Now you're like, what is the purpose of Gorgorab? Well, I'm glad you asked. He is going to be my next hyper speed lead. I could even pair him with Deacon. And he's going to allow me to hyper boost a lot of my champs up in terms of what they can do. Oof. Yeah, I upgraded his skills already. Interesting. Oh wow, I did not realize. The reason I put a defense banner on her anyway is because, number one, it does have attack for substats anyway, but also because one of Sachi's biggest issues, she dies too easy. I'm gonna say it blunt. She dies too easy. Alright. Final account to log in. The funny thing is, this is almost just as long as my regular videos because of the amount I have to do to get the accounts maintained, man. Oh, yeah, clan tournament bull. The clan tournament that went bad. And we are reminded for a very long time that the clan tournament went bad. Oh, it's Sacred Order. Interesting. I'm gonna need to log in. Increase champion's level 3 times. As usual. Well, that's a lot of XP. Well, we're going to leave it off at that. Because trust me, there's a lot more than meets the eye with that. I'm going to leave it off here, but I'm going to set up the clan boss for this account. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to end it here.